अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को न माए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर जोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख हम ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So we'll continue with our chapter of Gunasthan, spiritual stages, development of spiritual stages. We had completed first three. There are 14 in total. So we had completed first three. So today we will be starting with the fourth stage, that is Avirat Samyak Drashti, woe-less right belief. Before we move on to that fourth one, I would like to clarify something that we discussed at the end of the last class. Okay, once a person develops a right belief, what are the possibilities that he will move to, right? So that was our last discussion. And today we will see where a person who becomes an enlightened one, Samyak Drashti, fourth stage of spiritual development, what are the options available there at that point of time? So the person who has not developed right belief anytime, like Anadi Mithya Drashti, okay, Anadi Mithya Drashti, when he develops right belief, okay, he gets into the fourth stage. Now this fourth stage has three components, three divisions. First one is Aupshamik Samyak Darshan, that is subsedient right belief. Okay. So this is the one that a person acquires when he gets right belief for the first time. Okay. Now the duration of this Aupshamik Samyak Darshan is only maximum 48 minutes. It could be anything less than 48 minutes. Okay. So that is the first time when he develops right belief. This is the phase that he attains. Aupshamik Samyak Darshan. The second one is Shayopshamik Samyak Darshan, subsidential cum destructional right belief. Subsidential cum destructional right belief. The third one is destructional right belief. That means Shaik Samyak Darshan. So these are the three broad divisions of Samyak Darshan, and any soul who attains right belief for the first time attains this subsidential right belief, whose duration maximum is 48 minutes. So once he develops that right belief after 48 minutes, what happens? What are the stages that he can attain? So we discussed last time that when this false belief, when the first time the soul develops right belief, the false belief is divided into three. Okay. Now these three divisions, these three divisions are, the first one is Mithyatva. Okay. So the first stage of spiritual development is also Mithyatva, and one of the divisions of that is also Mithyatva. The second is Samyaktva Mithyatva, mix. Okay. The third one is Samyak Prakriti. Okay. These are the three stages, three divisions when a person attains right belief for the first time. The mithyatva prakriti, it's a karmic matter. It gets divided into three: mithyatva, samyak and samyak prakriti. Okay, these three divisions. Now, these three divisions, and along with that, the first quadruplet of passions, anantanubandhi kashai, okay, that goes off. Okay, these two goes off together. One is mithyatva and the another is the anantanubandhi kashai. First level of quadruplet. Okay, so this was it, right? So now out of this 3 plus 4, 7, okay. So first time it is mithyatva going off and the anantanubandhi kashai going off. That is the first time when he develops right belief, okay. Now after that, the duration of that right belief is only 48 minutes. That is opshamik samyak darshan is last for only maximum 48 minutes. So after that, what happens? So there are four possibilities that can happen at that point of time. If there is a rise of mithyatva, he attains first stage. This is the first scenario. Okay. If he falls from that right belief and one of the passions from the first quadruplet comes into fruition or there is a rise of that passion, then he attains second stage. Okay. Now, third one. What would be the third scenario? The third scenario is if samyak prakriti, the third part of that mithyatva, okay, samyak prakriti, if it rises, then the soul goes in the soul attains shayopshamik samyak darshan, okay, which is again a fourth stage only. Okay, so first stage, second stage, first stage is if there is a rise of mithyatva, he attains first stage. If there is a rise of any of the four anantanubandhi passions, then he gets into the second stage. And we had seen that that second stage duration is maximum 6 avli, not more than that. Now, the third scenario, if there is a rise of samyaktva mithyatva, okay, the three divisions of mithyatva, samyak mithyatva, and samyak prakriti. So, if there is a rise of mithyatva, he goes into the first stage. If there is a rise of samyak mithyatva, he goes into the third stage. Okay. So, third stage we also discussed last week. So, you are well aware that it's a mixed right and wrong belief. Okay. Then the fourth scenario could be if he gets rise of the third divisions, that is called samyaktva prakriti, then he attains shayopshamik samyak darshan. So shayopshamik samyak darshan would be which stage, Roshni ji?
Stage 4.
Yes, stage 4. So he will remain in stage 4, but initially it was opshamik samyak darshan. Now he has, after 48 minutes, he has moved into shayopshamik samyak darshan. That is the mostly cases happen that way only. Now in present era, you cannot attend Shaik Samyak Darshan. Why? Because there is no omniscience God present here right now. Okay. So the Shaik Samyak Darshan could be attained in front of omniscience only. Whether it could be a Tirthankar, just like Shrenik Raja got, or it could be Samanya Kevli, ordinary Aryant also. But one must be there who is having omniscience knowledge in front of him, a person can attain Shaik Samyak Darshan. So that is not possible now. And Opshamik Samyak Darshan is maximum 48 minutes. So in the present time, if there is any Samyak Drashti, he will be having Shayopshamik Samyak Darshan. Okay. So that was the fourth stage. Now the fifth scenario. If there is a omniscience present and with his intense effort, if he destroys all the seven, destroys, okay? Initially it was subsided, now it is fully destroyed. If it is fully destroyed, then he attains Saik Samyak Darshan, that is again a fourth stage, okay? So we have seen 5 scenarios. Once a person develops right belief for the first time, he could go to any of these 5 situations. Either he can go to the first stage or the second stage or the third stage or the fourth stage Shayopshamik Samyak Darshan or the fourth stage Shaik Samyak Darshan. Okay. These are the possibilities. Now after that, he may further concentrate himself on his self and he can attain 5th stage also. He can become a monk also and he can attain 6th and 7th stage also, but that is all later on. Immediately these 5 scenarios will happen. Okay, any one of these 5 scenarios. Now this was all about that discussion that was pending last class, and the one who attends Shaik Samyak Darshan, then he, as a rule, he gets liberated in 3 births. Maximum 3 births he will get liberated. If anyone attends Shaik Samyak Darshan, like Shrenik Raja did in the Samosara of Mahavir Bhagwan, Shrenik Raja was already a Samyak Drashti, but he manifested that Samyak Drashti, got that converted into Shaik Samyak Darshan in presence of Mahavir Swami. Okay. So now maximum would be 3 births. So now he is in Narak. Okay. Then he will attend. Okay. He is going to be the Tirthankar in the next 24 Tirthankars. Okay. So that would be next birth and he will get liberated in that birth itself, being a Tirthankar. Okay. That was all. That was about Shrenik Raja. So, once you attend Saik Samyak Darshan, maximum in 3 births, you will get liberated and you will end this cycle of transmigration. Okay. So that is done. Now we will move on to the 4th stage of spiritual development. It is called Avirati Samyak Drashti. Avirati Samyaktva. Or in English we call it vowless right belief. There is no vow, but his belief is right. Okay. This is the spiritual stage from which the path of liberation begins. Okay. So first and foremost target of all of us would be to attain this 4th stage. And it could only be attained when you take shelter in yourself. Okay. That is the only way you can attain 4th stage. So you have to take shelter in yourself. We have been taking shelter in body. We have been taking shelter in bhavkarm, okay, the passions, and we have been taking shelter in our associations. Okay. So this is the story from this is our story from time immemorial. Now what new we can do here by getting birth in a Jain family, by having access to this true God, true scriptures and true monk, by getting a chance to study these scriptures. Okay. Again, it is very rare. Now you have an interest to study the scriptures. But if there is nobody to teach, then again, it's also going to be difficult. Okay. It's not impossible, but definitely it's going to be difficult. So you got a chance also, you got a course like Parmagam Honors, which is offering you a comprehensive guidance on the scriptures. And this 5 years course, you can be trained in such a manner that you can yourself begin teaching, as people have done it. Uh, uh, those who passed out in 2016 batches, out of those, I think there were 70 odd students, 10 people are teaching now in Parmagam Honors only. Okay. So you can do that also if you study seriously, if you do your homework, and we will be doing a practice in the 4th year and 5th year. You will be teaching in this class only. Everyone would be teaching. It's not that you want to teach or not. I will give chance to everybody to make a presentation on a certain topic, as you have already been doing in Gandhar Mulyankan, and then Viva, and then LCPA, and then concept clarity. You have been doing assignments, right? So that would be a kind of assignments, and there you will develop the confidence to teach. Okay. So this course is designed in such a manner that if you study properly, okay, you can become a teacher yourself. Now, you become a teacher not to teach others, but for your own studies. If you teach others, you will be the most benefited. That is the logic behind teaching. Otherwise, we know that I cannot teach you. Ek dravya, one substance cannot do anything for other substance. So there is no way that I can teach you. I can put something in your mind. There is no way. If you are understanding right now, it is because your own ability, right? And if you understand properly, and if you manifest, say, right belief, then I could be a nimit. Nimit means a karta. Nimit is not a doer. Okay. So that is the only relationship that can we have. Nimit namitik saman. Okay. But it is never that a substance can do anything for the other substance. Now, this was our example. Now, consider your family. You feel that you are bringing up the kids, right? You are taking care of the kids. You are earning the money for the family, right? But again, that is very wrong understanding. We cannot do anything for the other. It's just their luck is there. The kids are born into our family. They are also an independent entity. And there is a punya uday, the rise of auspicious karma in them. And because of that, you are taking care of them. Okay. So these are some of the things that we need to understand very deeply. Then only we will be able to understand that it's very true that nobody can do anything for any other. But still, there is a rise of attachment in the person who is taking care, and there is a rise of auspicious karma in the person who is being taken care of. Okay. So they have a nimit nemitik sambandh, cause and effect relationship. That's all, nothing more than that. Okay. Both are independent. Anything happening in myself is because of me only. Anything happening in yourself is because of you only. There is no other substance that can contribute anything in your development. This is the truth. This is from the real point of view. Anyways, so we'll start this 4th stage of spiritual development, woe less right belief. Okay. And we'll begin with Malti ji. I've made you a co-host, I think. Hemali, you can share the textbook.
So I'm actually logged in from the mobile phone. I'm on the train. I was to reach early, but my train has got delayed.
No problem. So I will make
So
Jia.
Jia is there.
Yeah, Jia
Yes,
is
sir.
there.
Yes, so what page number?
We are on to page number 42. Avirat Samyak Drashti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Read, Malti.
The state of the Avirat Samyak Drishti, the state of the soul with real right faith and devoid of real observance of rules of conduct, that is Anuvrat and Mahavrat, is the fourth state named Avirat Samyak. This soul attains right faith with Shayaksham and other achievements and with external conduct suitable for a being in the fourth stage by being in the vicinity of the soul with its efforts and with spiritual experience. This is to say that the being understands the real intrinsic nature of the soul, that he is the sentient supreme God, he alone being the knower, the rest the known, and that he does not have any relationship with the non-self entity. The unnatural manifestations of the soul are not in its nature. They disappear with the vision of the sentient nature and with the oneness with it. And with the oneness with it, they do not arise at all. This vision with determined decisive state touches the blissful and the detached state of the being, even when the intrinsic experience is lost sight of. The purity of the soul, consequent of the absence of the Anantanubandhi passions, persists and is called the fourth Gunasthan of Avirat Samyak. It is of three kinds, Opshamik, Shayopshamik, and Shayi. Out of these three, with any one kind of right faith, as long as this being holds the state of non-abstinence on account of mixing of apratyavaran passion, pride, deceit, or greed, he is in the state of the fourth Avirat Samyak Krishna Gunasthan. The being in this state, being rich in the consciousness of the soul, naturally becomes indifferent to the sensual pleasures. From the point of view of Chananiyo, he has not renounced injury to moving and non-moving creatures and the objects of the five senses. Non-abstinence of the 12 kinds is therefore found in him.
So this is the fourth stage. Most of these have explained you already, but if you have still any doubt, you can let me know. So this is where the path of liberation begins, and the delusion gets eliminated here. Okay. So initially it is Opshamik Samyak Darshan.
Sir, I have a
Yeah.
doubt.
Huh.
Maltiji, you continue.
The first sentence says, devoid of real observance of rules of conduct. So devoid of real observance का मतलब तो वो पालन नहीं कर रहे हैं ना.
Woeless. The name is woeless right leaf. So you cannot take any woe by being in this stage. That's why it is called avirat. Avirat. Okay. So you cannot avoid the sensual pleasures. Okay. 5 sensual pleasures, then desires, and then violence. Okay. So some kind of violence will always be there in this stage. Okay. So you cannot avoid the 6 kinds of violence, and you cannot avoid the 6 types of sensual pleasures, 5 senses and mind. This all put together is 6, and another 6 is the violence. Okay. Violence of living beings. So those 6 are 5 one-sensed being, and the other bracket is the thrust, mobile beings, which consist of 2 sense to 5 sense beings. These are all into one bracket called thrust. Thrust means one who can move from one place to another place. The one sense being does not move. They are stationed wherever they are stationed. Their life is going on in that place only. And they've got a very, very small duration of life, one sense being. So there are 5 divisions of one sense being, and then the other bracket is of thrust, where 2 sensed, 3 sensed, 4 sensed, 5 sensed, 5 sensed without mind, and 5 sensed with mind, all comes into the category of thrust, which is mobile beings. Okay. So he cannot avoid the violence of those 6 kinds of living beings, and he cannot avoid the 6 kinds of sensual pleasures, 5 senses and mind. Okay. So this 12, these are the divisions of avirati. He cannot avoid at this stage. That's why Bharat Chakravarti was in the 4th stage and he married for 96,000 times. Okay. So he had 96,000 queens, then there were 60,000 kids, then there were many huge quantity, but he was still in the 4th stage and he was a Saik Samyak Drashti. What kind of right believer? Destructional right belief. Shaik Samyak Darshan. Destructional right belief. Okay. But he could not avoid these sensual pleasures. He has to go to fight for the lands, for the kingdom that he conquered, you know. So that is what Chakravarti is all about. But having said that, he was having the right belief. It never went off. The right belief was always there, in spite of him not being able to observe the rules of conduct. So there was no charitra. Okay. But still his belief was right. Okay. So that's what explains the first line, the state of the soul with real right faith, right belief, and devoid of real observance of rules of conduct. Okay. That is Anuvrat and Mahavrat. Is the 4th stage named Avirat Samyaktva. So the belief attributes has become right, but the conduct attribute has not developed to that extent. That's the only difference. Okay. So you could be a right believer by still living in this family life. There is no hindrance to that. And there is no distinctions whether a male can attend or a female. Everyone can attend. Even a eunuch can attend right belief. Okay. So there are no restrictions on anybody. In all the 4 stages of in all the 4 stages of existence. Okay. All the 4 gatis, Narak Gati, Tiryansh Gati, Dev Gati, Manushya Gati, all the 4 state of existence, right belief could be achieved. Okay. So the one who makes effort can achieve right belief. Okay. So,
A householder is in the 4th guna.
pardon, I'm
We
not.
all of us.
Pardon?
So all of us are in the 4th stage, right?
That's
How
what
can
even I wanted to know. Are we in the midway in the 4th stage? Even I wanted to know that.
So,
First stage.
so 4th stage name is right belief, right? So now my question is what you believe yourself to be. Whether you believe I am Roshni, I am Malti, or you believe I am a pure soul. Now this belief, nobody can say from outside that whether Roshni is believing herself to be a soul, pure soul, or Roshni is believing herself to be a mother, a wife, a job doer, what? So this is something that you only have to identify who you are. Whether you believe you are the body, fine. Whether you believe that you are crorepati, millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, fine. Whether you believe that you are the one who is doing all these kind of passions, fine. Whether you believe that you are a pure soul, then also it is fine. Okay. So it is entirely depending on your belief. Now, if you believe yourself to be a pure soul, not just talking, okay, believing, I'm talking about believing, okay. So if you believe yourself to be a pure soul, then you are a right believer. So in Samaisar text, there was a question, how we can identify that he is an enlightened soul or not. Okay. So there are 2 words for that. One is verse number 19, 19, and one is verse number 75. In both the verse, it has been mentioned the same, that how do we know that he is a Jnani or Agyani. right? So the simple answer was given. If you become a doer of these passions and all sentiments, then you are a agyani. If you are not a doer, if you are an observer, then you are a jnani. Very simple explanation Kunkun Acharya has given. That what you believe, whether you believe you are a doer, then you are a jnani. Now you find out your own belief, what you are. So nobody else can tell you about it. Okay. So as a matter of fact, generally speaking, generally speaking, people, yeah, your voice is breaking, Madhuji.
कभी ऐसा
नहीं,
सोचते
it is
हैं
Malti. Smalti ji.
हाँ बताइए.
I don't know, maybe my voice is not there.
हाँ,
Answer question.
I
सर
think
कभी हम कंफ्यूज करते हैं, कभी ऐसा सोचते हैं, ऐसा सोचते हैं. कभी हम हमें समझ में आ जाता है that we are a pure soul, but sometimes we come back to the normal
no.
that
So belief is
uh,
not like that. Belief is sometimes and sometimes no, it's not like that. The
Oh.
belief comes with experience. Okay. So the first time you believe yourself to be a pure soul, then again after few days, again there is some instance and you can really realize that you are the soul, you are only an observer. So similarly, the belief develops over a period of time. It is not that something happens overnight. Okay. So that over a time, you are slowly moving to that right belief. Okay. And slowly the delusion is getting eradicated. Both are gradual process. Getting rid of delusion is again a gradual process, and getting the right belief is also a gradual process. But having said that it is a gradual process, the right belief happens in one moment. Because either you are a wrong believer or you are a right believer. There is no third condition. Okay. So the moment you become a right believer, previous to that modification, you are a wrong believer. The next modification, you are a right believer. So the
Oh.
belief changes in one moment. But
Right, right.
but there is a work in progress. So we are all a part of work in progress. Okay. Because you have enrolled in a course, 5 years course of Parmagam honors. And those people only can enroll those who have deep interest in this spiritual development. Okay. So you are already into work in progress. Okay. This is the first part. Now, this work in progress will gradually, you will move to be a right believer. Okay. So it could be anytime right now. It could be anytime in the next birth also. We never know. Because how far we have gone in the wrong direction, that is again a question that we don't know. So when the right belief happens, I will tell you one thing. Now, a person starts, now there is a word in your screen, page number 42, last word, last line, not. So not is, say, example is your starting point. Okay. And you have gone into the wrong direction. Okay. So you have moved vertically upward and you have crossed 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, fifth line. Okay. 6 line, 7 line. This soul. Okay. You have moved to that in the wrong direction. Now there is a turnaround in your life. Okay. You have got access to this studies, scriptures. Okay. So now your life has changed, but you have not developed the right belief. When you will develop the right belief of, when you will again come back to the starting point, that is word not. Okay. So again you come back, you are now in the right direction. You are moving to the destination, but still you have not achieved the right belief. Okay. So the moment you reach this spot of NOT, not, there you develop the right belief. And then you move into the right direction, which was horizontal, not in the nature. They disappear with the vision of the sentient. Supposing the word sentient, the last letter T is the point of liberation. So now you are moving in the right direction. Okay. So that starting from that, the vertical, you are going in the wrong direction vertically. The moment there is a turnaround in your life, you have now taken a about turn, but you have not developed the right belief. Right belief, you will only develop when you come to the original place from where you started. That is not. Okay. And then you will move into the right direction and achieve liberation when you reach sentient. So this is the example. So we are all in that turnaround stage. Okay. But having said that, anybody can have right belief any point of time. Okay. Just now thinking only you can believe right, you can have right belief right now. The five sensed being animal kingdom, in the animal kingdom, they also develop right belief. A lion developed a right belief. Mahavir Swami's earlier birth, 10th birth, he was in the lion, he was a soul in the lion state of existence, okay? And suddenly he got in touch with two Muniraj who came from the sky-clad monks, you know. They came down, and the moment they came down and the lion, he was eating meat at that point of time, and he saw the two monks coming towards him, and his thoughts kept on changing, and he manifested clairvoyance knowledge, and through that clairvoyance knowledge he came to know that he was a soul and he is this, that, and he realized himself at that point of time. So the process was began 2-3 births ago, but he manifested right belief in the birth of lion. And then his journey started, and after 10 births, he became a Tirthankar and he got liberated. So this is how the journey will move on. The soul is same. There is nothing that is going to change in the soul. So we should believe ourselves to be a pure soul where nothing changes. We are only an observer, and each modification keeps on coming on its own at its right time. And that sequence we cannot change. So what we can do at most, we can, by default, we are an observer and we can observe only, nothing doing. Okay. So you remain an observer, you are a right believer. The moment you become a doer, you are a wrong believer. This is what
So,
makes the difference between a right believer and a wrong believer.
so we have to think ourselves as a nimit only. That is what, no,
No,
sir?
no, not Nimit. You are a pure soul. You have to believe yourself that I am the pure soul. I am the knower. I am the observer. I am the perceptor.
सर जैसे कि अगर अपने द्वारा ही कुछ हो रहा है गुड और बैड तो हम तो निमित्त ही हो गए जस्ट कंसिडर योरसेल्फ एज अ निमित्त एंड नॉट द
So
डूअर
Nimit is always an external substance. Okay. Nimit will
Yeah.
always be an external substance. So you develop right belief. So then we will say that the eradication of mithyatva is a external instrumental cause. It's an
Yeah.
instrumental cause. So that
Right.
external entity would be an instrumental cause and not we. We are the upadan. We are the principal cause. The right belief is being manifested in ourselves. Okay. So anything happening in your life, good or bad, it's all because of the past karmas. And in those situations, as a pure soul, you are an observer. So what difference does it make whether something is happening good or bad? So good and bad definition is from outside.
Sir,
Internally, we are all observers. So good or whether it is happening something good, we are an observer. If it is happening something bad, then also we are an observer. We never become a doer. Even if you believe that I am a doer, even if you believe yourself to be a doer of all these things, but you don't become one. That is the beauty of all this knowledge. That we have believed ourselves many, we have assumed many roles, you know. I am the housewife, I am the teacher, I am the mother, I am the sas. Many titles we have given to ourselves. I am an engineer, I am a doctor, I am an MBA, I am an CA. Many titles we have given to ourselves. But our original pure soul nature never changed. We were a pure soul, we are a pure soul, and we will be also a pure soul. All the 3 times we are only a pure soul.
अच्छा, सो सर जैसे
हम्म,
कि अपन अपने माइंड को समझाना है कुछ भी
हम्म,
बुरा हो रहा है या अच्छा हो रहा है तो अपने मन को यही बोल के समझा सकते हैं कि वी आर जस्ट अ निमित्त सो वॉट एवर इज हैपनिंग जस्ट ऑब्जर्व
So why you want to consider yourself as निमित्त?
तो फिर अपने मन को कैसे समझाएंगे सर कि भाई जो
बस
हो रहा
मैं
है ठीक है
आई एम ए प्योर सोल, आप इतना ही सोचो, आई एम ए प्योर सोल एंड आई
हम्म,
एम एन ऑब्जर्वर. My function is to observe whatever is happening in the modification. Like we sit before a TV and the serial unfolds. There is a tragedy scene coming up. There is a laughter comedy coming up. You know, whatever it is there, you are still an observer, right? So as you become an observer while watching a TV, similarly, we are an observer of our modifications. Now that modification, sometimes it could be some situation of happiness, it could be some situation of sorrow. But in both the cases, I am an observer. I don't become a doer when it becomes a happy situation or a sad situation. I don't become a doer. Both the cases, we are only an observer, and you be an observer. By default, you are an observer. If you believe yourself to be an observer, you are still an observer. If you don't believe yourself to be an observer, still you are an observer. So what we have to do is we have to do the correct understanding. We have to change our belief from wrong belief to right belief. This is the journey of Samyak Darshan. Okay. So as you study the scriptures, your past blemishes, past mistakes, past wrong understanding gradually gets wiped out, and in that place, the correct understanding takes place. A time will come when you will eradicate all the wrong beliefs and you will have complete right belief. That is the time you manifest Samyak Darshan. That is the time you realize yourself. That is the time you experience yourself. And then only the assertion that you are a pure soul will technically come into existence. We are all talking that I am pure soul, I am pure soul. We say like that. But what we believe, that matters. What we say is immaterial, right? But what we believe, that is what matters. Okay? So the faith has to change. And that faith could only be changed by having a proper understanding of the scriptures. Okay? So Nimit
Sir,
is always an external substance, you keep in mind. So mostly we take karmas as the internal Nimit, and the external would be Dev, Shastra, Guru, whatever. Okay. So we are always a principal cause. We are the principal cause. We are Upadan. We are not Nimit. Okay. Yeah, Roshni.
sir,
थैंक यू सर
have we already got Samyakta previously and then we've fallen back and then
Could be.
is
It
that
could be a
possible?
possibility. Yeah, it is quite possible. So as I said, ki after manifesting the right belief, there are 5 situations that happens. So it could so
Yes,
happen
yes.
that you could go back to the first stage and you are still a wrong believer. And again, you will
Yeah.
manifest right belief. That there is no problem as such. Once you have done right belief once, that means you are going to get liberated for sure. It could take a Pudgal Paravartan at max. It could take 15 births max. Okay, this is the maximum limit. What could be the minimum limit? Minimum limit is that you could get liberated in the next birth itself. That is the minimum. So we never know. Nobody knows about it. There is no way that we could know about it, that whether we have done earlier these or that. But gradually speaking, generally speaking, I would say that we have done something in the past, very good, something in the path of spiritual liberation, and somehow our journey could not be completed, and we have again connected to that journey right now, and we are going to complete this time. That is what I can say. I can guess only. But there is nothing concrete about that. Okay.
I believe.
Yeah. So the one who attains the fourth stage by practicing discriminative knowledge, and he continues that practice, and the second level, the second quadruplet of passion goes off, and that is the time he attains the fifth stage, and that is called Desh Virat, limited woes of a householder. Fifth stage. Okay, limited woes of a householder, and here the, as I said, in the fourth stage there was avirati, 12 kinds of avirati. Now this fellow has renounced some of the sins. Okay, so that's why he has got woes, limited woes. So those woes are 12 anuvrat, or it could be 11 pratima. Both chapters we have studied. Jnani Shravak ke 12 vrat and the 11 pratimaएं. So both are in the fifth stage. Okay. So now we will read this fifth stage, Desh Virat, and then we'll move on to the next one. So Madhuji, you read.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Deshvirat. The aspirant in the fourth stage develops the purity of soul operation and attains the fifth stage. The soul experience is now more frequent than in the fourth stage, and the apratyakyanavaran passion is eliminated. His peace of the soul having been developed, he becomes indifferent towards non self entities and develops merits of Deshvirat. He begins to observe the rules of conduct as they should be, but his purity not being very forceful, he cannot accept monkhood. This stage is the fifth stage. This is also called Vratavirat or Sanyatta Sanyat Gunasthan. For internally he follows real abstinence of the Sanyam, Sayam stage, while outwardly he abstains from killing or injuring moving creatures but does not abstain from killing or injuring non moving creatures. The householder of this stage follows anuvrats as a matter of course. Sentient Chulak, Ilak, and Aryaka of the 11th
Arjika.
Arjika. Acha. Sentient Shulak, Ilak, and Arjika of the 11th stage come under this Gunasthan.
Hmm.
6.
So 11th stage, this 11th stage is the Pratima, 11th Pratima. Okay, you don't confuse this with the 11th Gunasthan. Okay, 11th
Yes.
stage is Pratima. So there are 11 Pratimas and 12 Anuvrats that happens in this fifth stage of spiritual development. So my question, one question, if any one of you know about it, what could be the longest period for a fourth stage soul? I'll make it more clear.
Until he
At what
until,
interval he has to experience himself to remain in the fourth stage? Similar for fifth stage
Artha,
also? Yeah, tell me.
until he
is it
becomes
Artha?
the
Oh, Madhuji, आप clear?
until he becomes the monk.
Okay, until he becomes the monk. Then, Roshni?
Oh, I was thinking it's Artha Paravartan.
Okay, Ad Pudgal Paravartan. Anyone
Artha
else?
Paravartan.
Anyone else? Okay. So, in the fourth stage, it is compulsory to experience yourself once within 6 months. Okay. So within 6 months, if you don't experience yourself,
That is
then
without
you
with.
then you fall into the first stage.
अच्छा, तो ये सर क्या मेडिटेशन से होता है?
हाँ, मेडिटेशन, सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन भी मेडिटेशन में ही होता है, और एक्सपीरियंस भी मेडिटेशन में ही होता है, ध्यान, ध्यान. Okay.
जी,
So
जी.
fourth stage, the maximum limit is 6 months. So if you are not experiencing yourself within 6 months, then you lose the fourth stage, you come back to the first stage. Now
ओके.
for a fifth stage holder, Desh Virat, what could be the duration? Can anyone guess?
Shorter than 6 months.
15 days, sir.
15 days, right, Soumya. 15 days. Within 15 days, he has to experience himself to maintain that fifth stage. Otherwise, he will again come back to fourth stage. Okay. And
मैंने इसका मतलब मॉन्क कोड लेने के बाद वापस ही कैन फॉल, ऐसे?
नहीं, monk नहीं, अभी तो फिफ्थ स्टेज की बात करें ना. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फिफ्थ स्टेज. सो फिफ्थ स्टेज ही स्टिल ए हाउस होल्डर,
हाउस होल्डर, यस
but
यस
he
यस.
could be Elak, Chulak, and
हाँ
Arjika also. Okay.
हाँ.
Now, if he attains monkhood, that is the sixth and seventh stage, then what is the maximum time limit that he has to experience himself to maintain that sixth and seventh stage? Yeah, Soumya, you tell me.
Sir, Antar Muhurt,
Yes.
48.
Maximum 48 minutes. Antar Murat means any moment less than 48 minutes. Okay. So the monks experiences themselves every Antar Murat, that is less than 48 minutes. Maximum is 48 minutes. So anything less than that is all Antar Murat. Okay. So, but generally speaking, the monks are in the sixth and seventh stage, and they experience themselves. The frequency is quite this is the maximum time limit, 48 minutes, but generally speaking, they keep on coming to the sixth stage and the seventh stage like that, and the frequency is very fast. Prachur swasamvedan. You know, the only thing is that they are not able to last in that stage, otherwise they would have manifested omniscience knowledge. But since now omniscience knowledge cannot be achieved, so they keep on coming back to the sixth stage where there is a Shubh-bhav, Shubhopyog, and they come back to the seventh stage, which is the stage of self-experience. Okay, that is the seventh stage. So they keep on moving from 6 to 7, 7 to 6, and this could be done n number of times in 48 minutes. Okay. But if they are able to last 48 minutes on a continuous basis, then they will develop omniscience knowledge. Keval Gyan ho jayega. Okay. So this was all about Desh Virat. You can see the frequency has increased, and the second level, second quadruplet of passion has gone off. That's why they have achieved the fifth stage. Okay. So this is all about it. He has renounced. This Gunasthan is called Vrat Avirat. Vrat dash Avrat. So Vrat Avrat or Sanyat Asanyat means there is partial Sanyam there because he has already taken vows. Okay, limited vows he has taken. And there is partial Asanyam because the other two levels of passions are still there. So it's a mixed stage. Vrat, Avrat, Sanyam, Asanyam, and that is the fifth stage. So, this is also called Vrat, Avrat or Sanyat, Asanyat Gunastan for internally. He follows real abstinence of the Sanyam, Asanyam stage, while outwardly he abstains from killing or injuring moving creatures. So, त्रस जीवों का उन्होंने त्याग कर दिया, त्रस जीवों की हिंसा का त्याग. Okay, he abstains from killing or injuring moving creatures. So moving creatures are 2 sensed to 5 sensed. So that he has renounced, but does not abstain from killing or injuring non-moving creatures. Okay, so that he could not abstain. It is not that he does not want to abstain. He wants to abstain. He wants to completely wipe out all the sinful activities. But because of his limitation to absorb in himself for a longer period of time, he could not sustain that stage, and that's why this kind of killing or injuring of non-moving creatures is he has abstained. But for moving creatures, he is not able to abstain now. With further practice of discrimination of knowledge, discriminative knowledge or science of discrimination, he will attain monkhood. And that is where the third quadruplet will also go, third quadruplet of passions. Okay. So Anantanubandhi, Apratyakhyan, Pratyakhyan, and Sanjwalan. These are the 4 stages. So in the 4th stage, Anantanubandhi has gone. In the 5th stage, Apratyakhyan has gone. In the 6th and 7th stage, the Pratyakhyan Avaran Kashai has gone. Now only Sanjwalan Kashai is left, and that will go at the end of the 10th stage, and that is where he will manifest complete passionlessness, vitrakta, purna vitrakta. That will be the first moment of 12th stage. Okay, so this is about Deshvirat. Now moving on to the next, Pramat Sanyat. Pramat means Pramad, and Sanyat means he has got abstinence in his life right now. Okay, monk with mild negligence. Okay, Pramat Sanyat is monk, is already a monk with mild negligence. Okay, this is a bit long, but we will understand it fully. So the one who was in the 5th stage with continuous practice of meditation, his passion levels goes on decreasing, and the time comes when the third quadruplet of passions goes off. Now my question, whether he will initiate himself into monkhood and then the third level will go, or first the third level of third quadruplet of passions will go and then he will become a monk. Which would be the right one?
So first, Draviling will come,
Hmm.
and then the 3 levels of passion will go.
Right, right. So it is always that first the conduct will come in his life. So the one who is in the 5th stage, okay, gradually moving into the pratimas, first pratima, second pratima, third pratima. Initially he will have anuvrat. First there will be bara anuvrat, and then at a further upper stage he will develop these pratimas. So first pratima, second pratima itself is vrat pratima. So there, and the first anuvrat, what is the difference? Here there will be no blemishes. Those anuvrat were with blemishes, atichar, dosh lag rahe the. There are some mistakes that goes on, but uh, his right belief always stays with him, but there are some blemishes coming in between. Okay, but when he gets into the pratima, second pratima, all the 12 vrats are without blemishes, without atichar, without dosh. Okay, so that is the only difference. So initially, it will always be the conduct that comes first, mind, speech, and body activity comes first. And then when he sits for meditation, he attains that stage. Okay. So so a 5th stage holder, when he sits for meditation and when he engrossed himself into deeper meditation, only a male can attain 6th, 7th stage. So surely he would be a gents person only. Okay. So when he sits for meditation and with the power of meditating, he will destroy the third quadruplet of passions, and then before that he will initiate himself into monkhood. So once he become a monk, again he sits for meditation, and that is in that meditation only he will attain the seventh stage. First will come the seventh stage, and then when he cannot sustain himself in that stage, then the sixth stage will appear. So it is never fifth to sixth, but it is always fifth to seventh. And then while falling back, it comes to sixth. But he keeps on moving between sixth and seventh, seventh and sixth, sixth and seventh. It goes on. Even there are stories in Pratman Yoga that says that a monk was going to take his food. And while he was taking food, innumerable times he went into seventh stage, came back to sixth stage, went to seventh stage, come back to sixth stage. So the frequency is very, very fast, moving on to seventh, coming back to sixth. So that goes on. Okay. And then generally these monks nowadays, you don't, there is no way that you can attain the eighth stage. Okay. Now maximum a person can go is up to seventh stage. A monk can never go beyond seventh stage now. Okay. But this seventh to eighth stage will come because of meditation only, concentrating on the self. Then 8 to 9 is also the same stage. So 7 and above is all stages of meditation only. There are no other activities of mind, speech, and body. Okay. So it goes on like that. So now we will discuss the sixth one, Pramat Sanyat. Now he has become a monk with more practice. He has, before becoming a Bhavlingi Muniraj, he becomes a Dravyalingi Muniraj. So Dravyalingi Muniraj is one who is observing all the 28 Mool Guns. Okay. 28 Mool Gun, he is completely observing it. It is also called primary rules. The 28 primary rules are, he is completely observing. You cannot find a fault in any of the 28 rules. Okay. So such is the stage of Dravyalingi. And then when he sits for meditation, he attains the seventh stage. Okay. So this way he keeps on moving between sixth and seventh, sixth and seventh. And this is the max that we can achieve right now in a male birth. Okay. Now to move further, here it is not possible. So he'll complete his life here. He will go to the heaven only. Mostly people who are very religiously inclined, who are into auspicious activities most of the time, they attend this Devlok, heavenly being. And from there, they again will come back into a human life and become a monk again. And then he can attain liberation also if there is a omniscience present. So you can go to the next, you can go to the Mahavidesh Kshetra in the next birth. There are Tirthankars always there in Mahavidesh Kshetra. And you can go to the Samosaran and you can become a monk and you can get liberated in the next birth itself. It could be so fast. So Pramat Sanyat, and who will read? Soumya, you read only.
Yes, sir. The sentient aspirant with right faith. What,
You want
sir?
to ask something, Malti ji?
So I was just saying, you said कि दो प्रतिमाधारी, they come up to the sixth gunasthan.
How many? Do Pratimadhari?
This one said, if you take दो प्रतिमा, then they come up to the sixth. अभी आपने बोला.
फिर से बोलिए, मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा
That's
हूँ.
true. मतलब दो प्रतिमाधारी, तो we can see so many people who have taken दो प्रतिमाधारी. तो अभी बीच में you said कि दो प्रतिमा लेते हैं, दो प्रतिमाधारी, they reach up to the sixth gunasthan. Is that true? No.
No. Pratimadharis are all fifth stage only. Even 11th Pratimadhari is also fifth stage. Pratimas all come into the fifth stage only. Okay. So you can go beyond that and become a monk also from fifth stage, but up to fifth stage, up to the Pratima stage, it is all fifth stage only. Okay. So the important point is whether you have got rid of the second quadruplet of passions or not. I can become a monk also now, but I may not have eliminated the level of passions that is required for a monk. So anybody can become a Dravyaling. There is no restrictions to that. Anybody means any male can become a Dravyalingi monk. Anybody can attend, anybody can take pratimas. Even a female can take pratimas. So Arjikas are in the 5th stage. Okay. They are in the 11th pratima of 5th stage. So you already have studied pratima, so you know how it moves on. First Pratimadhari goes on to the second Pratima, then third Pratima. So while he is in the third Pratima, but the previous two Pratimas are still being maintained. And this is how they go ahead in the path of spiritualism. So generally speaking, the 11th stage one is almost a monk. He never takes food prepared for him. Okay. He has left the home and he's just having a langot or two clothes, either one cloth or two cloth. So one is elak and other is shulak. Okay. So shulak I think have two clothes and elak have one cloth. And then discarding that also, he becomes a monk. And you see that the 12 vows, the last 4 vows are a training for becoming a monk. Shikshavrat, Char Shikshavrat. These are the trainings for becoming a monk. So already they are mentally prepared to become a monk, and then they become a monk. And once they become a monk, they sit for meditation, and in meditation only they attain the 7th stage. Okay. So Pramat, Sanyat, and Soumya, you continue.
Okay, sir. The sentient aspirant with right faith who achieves more purity than that of the fifth Gudasthan, having qualified himself for the complete conduct with some recklessness, is in the 6th stage of Pramat Sanyam Gunasthan. This term is meaningful, for there is elimination of 12 passions in the complete conduct stage, with the existence of Sanjolan passion with usual force and recklessness that generates blemishes. From the Mahavrat aspect, the monk in the 6th stage thinks with feelings of attachment. Though teachings are imparted and accepted, food is accepted, going and coming from one place to the other continues, and yet the internal purity of the monk is retained, and accordingly, the 28 primary rules and their associates are duly observed. The 28 primary rules are 5 Mahavrats, 5 Samitis, 6 essentials, 5 sense controls, nakedness, uprooting the hair, non-bathing, sleeping on the earth, not clearing one's teeth, taking meals in a standing posture, and taking meals once only. The 15 recklessnesses are 4 unhealthy narrations of women, food, nation, and king. 4 passions of anger, pride, deceit, and greed, 5 senses, sleep, and love. These can be multiplied into 80. Though it attracts impurities, this recklessness does not destroy the real abstinence of the 6th Gunasthan. Process of thoughts with necessary purity of operation is found in the 6th stage, while the 7th Gunasthan is without the process of thinking. The duration of both is antarmuhurt. As such, the monks may remain in that stage for thousands of years. They alternate between the 6th and the 7th stages without any exception always, staying in the one for an antarmuhurt only and then going to the other. One noteworthy fact is that the monk first has the experience of the 7th Gudasthan and then he descends to the 6th.
So the 28 primary rules, or it is also called rites, RITES. So what these 28 primary rules are? 5 complete vows. 5 Mahavrat, it's called 5 complete vows. Then there are 5 Samitis called 5 types of carefulness. The third is 6 essentials. Okay. So 6 essentials is Avashyak. Then the next one is 5 sense controls. Abstinence from sensory pleasures. It is called Indriya Sanyam. Indriya Sanyam. Then there is a Nagnata called nudity or nakedness. Then there is Kes Lonchan, removal of hair with hands, uprooting of hair with hands. Then there is Asnanta, abstinence from bath or non-bathing. Then the next one is sleeping on the earth or sleeping on floor, Bhumi Shanyan. Okay. The next is Adant Dhovan, abstinence from cleaning teeth. The next is Khade Hokar Ahar, eating while standing, taking meals in a standing posture. And the last one is Ek Bhukti, taking meals once only, eating only once a day. Okay. So these are the 28 rights. And what are the 15 types of recklessness? 4 Vikatha. 4 Vikatha means tales of passions. Here it is written 4 unhealthy narrations of Stri Katha, woman, food, Bhoj Katha, nation, Rashtra Katha, and king, Rajya Katha. Okay. So these are 4 types of unhealthy narrations. Then 4 types of passions: anger, pride, deceit, and greed. Then 5 senses. 5 senses, you know. So 4 plus 4 plus 5 is 13. Then 2 are left. And 1 is sleep, nidra, and love, sneh. Okay. So these are the 15 types of recklessness. Okay. And this can be further multiplied by 15, I think. There are further subdivisions to all this, and it comes to total 80. Though it attracts impurities, this recklessness does not destroy the real abstinence of the 6th Gunasthan. So basically the 6th stage is of Shubh Upyog, auspicious, rise of auspicious karma. Okay. So the soul here, the monk here is involved in auspicious activity only. He never manifests inauspicious activity. Okay. Process of thoughts with necessary purity of operation is found in the 6th stage. So 6th stage is basically of Shubh Vikalp. So thoughts always goes on in that stage. In that stage, the monks do the following activities like taking meal, then writing scriptures, then giving lectures, making understand other people, getting other disciples to take into monkhood. All these activities are carried out in the 6th stage only. Okay, 7th stage is full of meditation only. So all these activities takes place in the 6th stage, while the 7th Gunasthan is without the process of thinking. So in the 7th stage, there is no thinking. There is only concentration on the self. Shuddhopyog, complete pure manifestation. Okay. The duration of both is Antarmurat, maximum 48 minutes. Okay, 6th also 48 minutes and 7th also 48 minutes. So every 48 minutes, they keep on changing from 7 to 6, maximum 48 minutes. Minimum could be 1 second also. Okay. So they alternate between the 6th and 7th stage without any exception, always staying in the one for an Antarmurat only and then going to the other. And in this stage, the monks stay there for thousands of years, keep alternating between the 6th and the 7th, 7th to 6th. This keeps on going. One noteworthy fact is that the monk first has the experience of the 7th Gunastan and then he descends in the 6th. So this was all about 6th stage. Now moving on to the 7th stage, Apramat Virat. So there is no recklessness here. Okay. 7th stage. So Gia, you read 7th.
So there's a lot of disturbance here. Can someone else read?
Okay. Pratibha ji.
I can read now, sir. I can read.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Apramata Sanyat. The real monks without the 15 recklessnesses are in the Apramata Gunastan. The 12 passions are totally absent here, while Sanjvalan passions are also very soft, appropriate to the stage of development. The recklessness does not generate any impurities here, and the primary and secondary rules of conduct lead to faultless operative stage. The designation Pramata Sanyat is therefore meaningful. Knowingly, there is no thought process, having meditation of the pure soul and its experience. This state continues in all the Gunastans ahead. This Gunastan has two kinds. One, Swastan Apramata Sanyat, 2. Satishaya Apramata Sanyat. Those in this stage who do not ascend the Shapak Shreni or the Upsham Shreni and alternate between the Pramata and Apramata state are called Swastan Apramata Sanyat. The above same monks have developed special oneness with the self, facing the ascendance of the Shreni and attaining the purity of Adhapravritakaran are called Satishaya Apramata Sanyat. When they apply all their spiritual might and develop oneness with the soul, they reach the 8th, 9th, 10th, and the 12th gunastans in an antarmurat, destroying the 21 prakritis of Charitya Mohaniya, after which they definitely obtain omniscience, 13th gunastan. If their effort is not complete, they reach 8th, 9th, 10th, and the 11th gunastans in an antarmurat and subside the 21 prakritis instead of destroying them. The duration of Adhapravriti is an Antarmurat. Karan here means manifestation. The soul in this state has countless times greater purity and different souls in backward and forward stages uh, uh, have similar manifestations as well dissimilar ones. Souls with Adhapravriti are called Satishaya Apramata Sanyat.
So Apramat Sanyat, monk with no negligence. So 6th stage there was negligence, but here there is no negligence. So 7 and above are all apramat, no negligence. And the best part is in the 7th stage, the monk is fully concentrated on the self. There are no thoughtful activity going on. Okay. So this is without 15th recklessness. The 12 passions are totally absent here. So initially it was 4, first quadruplet, then second quadruplet, and here the third quadruplet also goes off. So it is the 12 passions, 12 three levels of passion has gone. Only Sanjulan Kashai, Sanjulan passions are there. Mildest passions are there. Okay. The recklessness do not generate any impurities here, and the primary and secondary rules of conduct lead to faultless operative stage. Nir Atichar Paniti. So the level of detachment is 3 levels of passion has gone. So that level of detachment is also of that level only. And that is being maintained throughout, the moment from the moment he starts the seventh stage and the moment it ends, the three levels of passions are not there. Okay. The designation apramat sanyat is therefore meaningful. Knowingly, there is no thought process. Knowingly, there is no thought process. Intentionally, there is no thought process. Having meditation of the pure soul and its experience. Okay. Even the acharyas and upadhyayas, they went to, when they feel they want to go ahead in the self-realization process, they also leave those posts of acharyas and upadhyayas and they become a simple monk. Because simple monk has no responsibility. Acharyas have many administrative responsibilities. Upadhyaya have many teaching responsibilities. But sadhu has got no responsibility. His primary function is to concentrate on the self. Okay. So when he's doing that, the level of detachment is maintained. Three levels of passion has gone and that level of detachment is being maintained.
सर आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन ये जो व्याख्यान देते हैं साधु तो वो क्या उपाध्याय हैं?
ऐसे तो सब साधु ही देते हैं व्याख्यान, लेकिन उसमें से कुछ उपाध्याय होते हैं.
जी
The one who has the responsibility of teaching other monks in the congregation. संघ में दूसरे मुनिराज को पढ़ाने का जिसको जिम्मेदारी दिया जाता है,
जी
उन्हें उपाध्याय कहा जाता है. So basically upadhyay are teachers, nothing else.
सो दे टीच द आम पब्लिक आल्सो, मतलब लाइक अस.
Yes, public also. Those who are coming and those who have a desire to understand, and the monks, if they are concentrating on the self, they will not speak anything.
या
But if
दैट
they are in the sixth stage, then they will definitely give
व्याख्यान.
lectures, yeah,
Oh.
sermons, everything.
ओके, थैंक यू
So
सर.
this Gunasthan has two kinds: Swasthan Apramat and Shatisai Apramat. These are the two broad divisions of the seventh stage. One is Swasthan Apramat and the other is Satisai Apramat. What is the difference? The first one, Swasthan Apramat, is that stage from where the monks keep on alternating between the sixth and seventh stage, but never goes beyond seventh. Okay. And Shatisai Apramat is that Gunasthan where, while alternating between seventh and eighth, but when he reaches this stage of Shatisai Apramat, he can go to the eighth stage. Okay. So that is the difference. Those who are in Swasthana Apramat will never go beyond seventh stage. But those who are in Satisaya Apramat, he will definitely go into the eighth stage. And eighth stage is the stage where there are two kinds of ladder. One is ladder of subsidence and other is ladder of annihilation. Okay. So in the ladder of annihilation, the stages are 8th, 9th, 10th and 12th. And gradually he goes on eliminating the passions. And the other ladder, that is ladder of subsidence, there the monk goes on subsidizing the passions, not completely destroying. Okay. So this is the basic difference, and the stages there are 8, 9, 10, 11. So from 11, compulsorily it will fall. It cannot go from 11 to 12 or 13, nothing. So from 10th to 12th, the one who goes to 12th never comes back, and one who goes to 11th will always come back, and he can also come back to the first stage also. Okay. It is a different thing that within Antar Murat, he will again go into that ladder and achieve omniscience knowledge, everything within 48 minutes. Okay. But now there could not be 8th stage also. So we have to limit ourselves to Swasthan Apramat only. We cannot go to the Satisai Apramat, because once we go to Satisai Apramat, we would go to 8th also. But since 8th is not achievable, So Satisai Apramat is also not achievable. What we can do is we can stay up to Swasthan Apramat. Those in this, हाँ,
सर ये 11 स्टेट से वापस नीचे क्यों गिरते हैं?
because in the up to the 11th stage, the monks have been subsidizing the passions. It is
Oh.
not eliminated. If he
Right.
would have eliminated, then he would have attained 12th. From 10th, he would have gone to the 12th. Okay, complete passionlessness. But
Achha.
this one who is subsidizing, you know.
Yeah.
So
What?
they will not destroy, but at least it will be suppressed. The passion will be suppressed. And in that ladder, the stages that will come is 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. And the one that walks on that ladder of complete annihilation, he will attain 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th.
तो ये अंतर मुहूर्त में जो होता है वो उसी टाइम मतलब मेडिटेशन तो अंतर मुहूर्त मतलब
So they are in, the monks are basically into meditation, and they even don't know where the 11 stages come and whether they have fallen back, nothing doing. They are on their own, and they are just enjoying the
bliss.
Yeah, they are enjoying the bliss, and this spiritual stages keeps on changing automatically, but from outside nothing happens.
ये कर्म की वजह से होता है जो वापस नीचे गिरता है?
Yes, rise of karma. From the positive side, we can say the lack of self effort. Okay.
Oh, right.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
So this Sapak Shreni and Upsham Shreni. Upsham Shreni is. I'm sorry, but your voice is always breaking. Anybody can hear her clearly? No. So I think you have an internet problem, or you can connect to a hands-free. Hands-free gives a very good quality of voice. So if you have hands-free, you can connect, and I think your voice will be more clear. बोलिए, आस्ते आस्ते बोलिए. Again.
I don't know if I disturb it in between. I don't do.
आस्ते आस्ते बोलिए.
सामायिक जो करते हैं monks, is that the meditation where they go?
Yes. In Samaik, we do meditations only. Okay. So if the active consciousness, if the upyog does not remain in the self, and if it is constantly moving, then we do studies in Samaik. Otherwise, you are supposed to do meditation only. You have only your soul as to focus. Okay, nothing else. No Shubhav. Ashubhav is already not there. Okay, and no Shubhav also, only concentrating on the self. Okay, that is what the monks do while they are into meditations. The above same monks, having developed spatial oneness with the self, facing the ascendance of the Shreni and attaining the purity of Adha Pravartikaran, are called Satisai Apramat. So there are two parts to this Gunasthan, Swasthana Apramat, which does not go into the 8th stage, and then there is one Satisai Apramat. Those monks can go to the 8th stage, and that 8th stage, and in that Satisai Apramat stage, you know, there is one called Adha Karan, Adha Pravarti Karan. Okay, that is the beginning of the process of meditation. Adha Karan is the beginning of the process of meditation, where the dispositions of prior and posterior moments may or may not be uniform. Okay, prior and posterior moments may or may not be uniform. It is a slow progressive thought activity. Okay, it's a slow progressive thought activity. So that is Adha Pravarti Karan. When they apply all their spiritual might and develop oneness with the soul, they reach the 8th, 9th, 10th and the 12th Gunasthan in an Antar Murat. So you see, all these are very fast. Within Antar Murat, you even go to 11, come back, fall up to 1, and again start ascending on the spiritual stages of development and go on to achieve 8, 9, 10, and 12. And once you achieve 12th, there is no falling back. Okay? You will soon get liberated. It's only a matter of time. Destroying the 21 Prakritis of Charitra Mohaniya. So here, if it is a ladder of annihilation, you go on destroying the 21 Prakritis. And if it is a ladder of subsidence, then you go on suppressing the 21 Karma Prakriti. And after which, they definitely obtained omniscience. If their effort is not complete, they reach 8th, 9th, 10th and the 11th Gunasthan in an Antarmurat and subside the 21 Prakritis instead of destroying them. The duration of Adha Pravritti Karan is again an Antarmurat. Karan here means manifestation. The soul in this state has countless times greater purity. The soul in this stage has countless times greater purity, and different souls in backward and forward stages have similar manifestation as well as dissimilar ones. So it could match also, it could not match also. Both possibilities are there. A person who are both are on the 7th stage and they have attained this Adha Pravarti Karan. Souls with Adha Pravarti Karan are called Satisai Apramad Sanyat. Now moving on to the 8th stage. Okay. So the one who has moved to the Satisai Apramat will definitely attain the 8th stage, and his journey will go on. He will attain liberation in this birth only. Okay. But now nobody goes into the 8th stage because there is no liberation right now. But you can go in some other birth and get into that stage. So 8th one is a very small one. Yeah.
When we talk about the 4 Gati karmas, they have not been destroyed by 7th and 8th stage, right? It's just Darshana Mohanya and Charitra Mohanya that gets destroyed by 7th stage, and then some other Gati karmas are still remaining, and then all the Agati karmas are still remaining.
Yes, yes. Agati karmas will go after 13th only. Okay. And in 13th, in the 12th stage, the Mohaniya is completely eradicated, 12th stage. And in the 13th stage, the other 3 gets eradicated. Okay. So 13th stage, you develop omniscience, Aryantavastha. Okay. And then Agati still remains. And in the 14th stage, you destroy the Agati karmas also and attain liberation.
So
Okay.
in the 7th stage is when it's Sanjwalan
Is there. Sanjalan is
or-
there.
Okay, so when does Sanjwalan go away? That
10th,
also is
10th, at the
30.
end of 10th, at the end of 10th.
Okay, and that one is related to Mohaniya Charitra karma,
Yeah,
right?
Charitra Mohaniya, passions.
Charitra, yeah, Charitra. Okay.
Passions. And the belief will change to destructible right belief. Okay. So that Saik Shamyak Darshan, destructional right belief. Okay. So that could happen on the 4th also and anywhere between 4th and 7th. Okay.
Okay.
So when you move on to the 8th stage, there could be 2 types of Samyak Drishti, either Opshamik or Shaik.
Right.
Shayopshamik cannot go beyond 7th. Okay.
Okay.
Shayopshamik monk cannot go beyond 7th. But Opshamik and Shaik can go up to 8th and further. Okay. So the one who has subsided will go to 8, 9, 10, 11. And the one who has annihilated will go to 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay. Okay. So now 8th is a very small paragraph. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th are all small paragraph. I will only read so we could complete this. We have another 25 minutes left. So I would like to complete this today. Apurva Karan. 8th stage is Apurva Karan. In English, we call it unprecedented disposition. Unprecedented. The one that has not happened any time earlier is called unprecedented disposition. Apurva Karan. Karan means parinam. Okay. The modification of souls in this Gunasthan are unprecedented, apurva, their duration being an antarmurat. Okay, all are antarmurats only. Each soul has still greater purity every moment. Okay, so the purity level goes on increasing as they ascend the different spiritual stages. Considered from the side of different souls, the modification of souls in different times are dissimilar, and those staying therein in the same time have both similar and dissimilar modifications. Okay. So among different monks who are into the 8th stage, the modifications could be similar also, or it could be dissimilar also. Both the possibilities are there. Such being their development, the Gunasthan is named as Apurva Karan. Souls ascending on the Upsham Shreni as well as the Shapak Shreni. Okay. So ladder of annihilation, Shapak Shreni, and ladder of subsidence, Upsham Shreni. Both have the same modification of their beings. Both can attend 8th stage. Same with the 9th stage. Both can attend the 9th stage. Both can attend the 10th stage. Now the difference. The one who is going through the ladder of subsidence will go to 11th. From 10th, it will go to 11th. And the one who is having a ladder of annihilation will go to 12th. From 10th to 12th. So up to 10th, both are same. So 9th is Anivritti Karan. Anivritti Karan means no difference in dispositions. Okay. In the 7th and 8th, there we have seen that there could be similar modification or dissimilar modification. But in Anivritti Karan, there will be no difference in disposition. Both will have similar modification. Anivritti means similar and Karan means modification. Each soul has only one modification, which is with infinitely great purity and is dissimilar in cases of souls in different timings. And the modification of the souls in one and the same time are always similar. Such being the current of modification in this state, this Gunasthan is called Anivritti Karan Gunasthan. The duration is again Antarmurat. The soul at this stage, by the fire of contemplation, meditation, subsides the 20 prakritis of monia or destroys the 20 prakritis. Who will subside, and who will destroy? Tell me. Who will subside and who will destroy? The 20 prakritis of the mohonia. So the one who is heading into the ladder of subsidence, he will subsidize, he will subside. And the one who is walking on the ladder of annihilation will destroy the 20 passions. Okay. So the soul at this stage, by the fire of contemplation, subsides the 20 prakritis of monia or destroys the 20 prakritis of the monia and the 13 of the nam karma. People in this Gunasthan do not attract future life karmic matter. Okay. So here the bandh of the next birth will not happen. Now coming on to the 10th stage, Shuksham Sampray, minute passions. Okay. Shuksham means minute, Sampray means passions. Those who entertain minor greed passion. Okay. So in the last stages of 10th stage, there is only Shuksham Lobh, mild passions. Minor greed passions. Those who entertain minor greed passion unintentionally and have similar modification of fixed purity, which is eternally multipliable, and who have their karmas always either subsided or destroyed, are said to be the Suksham Sampray Gunasthan. Okay. So minute passions could be both the ladder of annihilation and the ladder of subsidence. Now the 11th stage, Upshant Kashai, subsidence of deluding karma. Okay. Subsidence of deluding karma. Upshant Charitra Monia. The person in this Gunasthan, 11th stage, has subsided external and internal passions as the clean water in the autumn season, having been purified by adding them to it. The duration here is also Antarmurat, since it has complete detachment with imperfect sentience. It is also called Upshant Kashai Vitrag Chadmast. So the 11th stage, there is complete detachment. Okay. So it has complete detachment. But complete detachment is there because there is no rise of passions. But that does not mean that he has eliminated the passions. Okay. Only the Sahik Samyak Drashti will eliminate the complete detachment. Since it has complete detachment with imperfect sentience, it is also called Upshant Kashai Vitrag Chadmas. Chadmas means imperfect sentience. The difference in modification as found in superior Gunasthan is not found in this, as also in the following Gunasthans. Out of the 4 destructive karmas, the Monia is in the Upsham state, subsidized state, while the other 3 have the Shayopsham state. On the completion of the destruction of this Gunasthan or in contemplation of the age, the falls down from this Gunasthan. Okay, so he could fall down up to 1th also, or he could fall down up to 6th also, 5th also, 4th also. All these are different stages of falling spiritual stages. Now the 12th, Shin Kashai. That was Upshant, subsidence. Now this is Shin, destruction of deluding karma. The souls that have annihilated all passions destroyed, and attained perfect detachment with the complete elimination of all the karmas, like the pure water kept in a pure quartz vessel, occupy this Gunasthan named Shin Kashai. The duration is Antarmurat, since there is yet imperfection in sentience. Though complete detachment has been attained, this Gunasthan is called Shin Kashai Vitrag Chatmast. The saints following the perfect conduct in this stage have annihilated the ammonia karma altogether, and the remaining these have destructive karmas have their shapsham. They will destroy the 3 remaining karmas in an Antarmurat and reach the 13th Gunasthan. So what 3 karmas? Jnanavaran, Darshanavaran and Antrai karma. Okay. So these 3 karmas will get destroyed when he attains the 13th stage. So initially he will manifest Keval Gyan, omniscience knowledge, and then he will eliminate the other three and reach the 13th stage. 13th one is Sayog Kevli Jin, omniscience with mind, body, and speech. Okay. So omniscience with mind, body, and speech is the 13th stage. And here the soul has still not liberated. Okay. Although his liberation has been confirmed, he's definitely going to get liberated. But the time is not permitting, to go into that stage. The souls in the 13th stage who have dispelled the darkness of ignorance altogether, completely, with the rise of the sun of omniscience. Okay. So omniscience has been manifested and there is a complete elimination of darkness of ignorance. Keval Gyan ho gaya. Now you know everything. And who have attained Godhood after achieving 9 accomplishments. What are these 9 accomplishments? Shaik right path, destructional right path, then conduct, consciousness, perception, charity, jam, upabhog, bhog, upabhog, and vitality have become Kevlis for their sentience does not now need the help of senses or light. Since they are with the operations of the mind, speech, and body, they are Sanyog. And since they have conquered both the psychic and material karmas, they are called the jinn, and their Gunasthan is called Sayog Kevli Jinn. So still body is there, it is called Sayog Kevli. And when he reaches the next Gunasthan, it will be Ayog Kevli. This same Kevli Bhagwan enlightened the path of emancipation by their divine discourses on the path of liberation of the soul. One more paragraph. Influx of Sata Vednya on account of mental, bodily, and speech movement is for a moment only. But that does not materialize in bondage due to the absence of passions. Okay. So still Sata Vednya is there because the body is there, mind is there, and speech is there. So now the 14th stage, Ayog Kevli Jin.
Rajeshji,
Yeah.
if if they give out discourses, does that create bondage?
What you give up?
If the jinns when they give out divine discourses, are they getting into bondage again? Are they acquiring bondage?
So bondage is happening all the time, and if you are discarding the discourses, right? You are not listening to the Samosaran. That is what you mean to say?
No, I meant to say when the jinns they are imparting discourses, when they are
Understanding. When they are understanding, right?
or when they are when they're
Meditating.
giving out their sermons or when they're giving out their discourses, are they accumulating more karma?
Yeah.
No,
So
no.
when they are giving discourses in the 6th stage, they are in the 6th stage, and 6th stage is the stage where there is Shubhupyog, that is bondage. Okay, it is not the stage of meditation. Okay, they have come out of meditation. That's why they are in the 6th stage, and in the 6th stage only discourses are possible. Okay, taking food is possible, writing books is possible, initiating into monkhood is possible. All this is possible only in the 6th stage, and that is where the auspicious bondage will happen. Inauspicious is not there. So inauspicious bondage will not happen, but auspicious bondage will happen.
I think her question was related to Deshna, Divyadvani.
14
Devadwani,
Maybe
at
I-
stages.
the time of Devadwani, Aryant Bhagwan, will he bind karmas or not?
No, 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 no. Aryan Bhagwan will not bind karmas because the chief cause of binding the karmas was monia. So moni is completely eradicated. So once the monia is not there, the ghati karmas are still left, but they are not able to do any kind of bondage. Okay? Just because there is absence of monia. Darshan monia already wiped out in up to the 7th stage, and the Charitra monia wiped out in the 12th stage, 11th, 10th, end of 10th stage. So in the first moment of 12th stage, there is no monia. Okay. So no
Okay.
bondage, no bondage.
So Gautam Gandhar, he is a Kevli, right?
He has got liberated already.
So he is above a Kevli.
Yeah. Kevli had a
Fine.
body, mind and speech. But
Okay.
Gautam Gandhar got liberated the same day when Mahavir Bhagwan got liberated. The same day he manifested omniscience knowledge. And once you manifest omniscience knowledge, very soon you get liberated. Even if it is not soon, like in the case of Simandar Paramatma. He has attained omniscience knowledge, but he is going to remain in that stage for one Koda Kodi Sagar. But since the bondage is not there, he has complete detachment. So he is not worried. He is enjoying that. But he is still in the Aryan state, 13th stage. That is this Sayogi Kevli Jin. Now Ayogi Kevli Jin. The Aryan Bhagwan in this Gunasthan are without any activity of mind, speech and body. Okay. And have attained omniscience. Therefore, this Gunasthan is called Ayoga Kevli Jin. The duration is the time taken in pronouncing 5 vowels in Hindi. A, I, Ri, Li. Only 5 letters. The time taken to pronounce these 5 letters or 5 vowels in Hindi, that is the time duration of this 14th stage. And just like the camphor evaporates, similarly our body will evaporate and the soul will go into Siddhalaya. The soul will get liberated and it will be stationed at Siddhalaya permanently. Now there will not be any further movement and he will remain there. In the last 2 moments, the Aryan Bhagwan destroys all the Prakritis. Okay. Ghati already destroyed. Aghati is being destroyed now. Destroys all the Prakritis of the Aghati karmas, non-destructive karmas, and attains Siddhahood. Okay. So one more last paragraph, Siddh Parmesti, liberated soul. Though liberated soul does not have any spiritual stage, they are beyond the spiritual stage. They are Gunasthana Tit. Okay. But still here it is been explained because ultimately that is the goal or aim of each and every seeker in the path of liberation to attain Siddh Avastha. Okay. So liberated God or liberated soul. Those who have now crossed the 14 Gunasthan of the worldly existence are now bereft of all the 8 psychic and the conventional karmas. Okay. All the 8 types of karmas and their further subdivisions, which comes around 148. All the karmas have been destroyed. All the bhav karmas have been destroyed. All the no karmas has been destroyed. No karma is quasi karma and bhav karma is the psychic karma. Okay. So he had destroyed all the dravya karma, material karma, the bhav karma, the psychic karma, and the no karma, the quasi karma. All 3 kinds of karmas have been destroyed and they attain Siddh Avastha. Who enjoy the everlasting bliss which is dependent only on their own souls. Okay. So 8 karmas have been destroyed and 8 qualities, 8 attributes have been manifested. Okay. Who are without any blemish, being without psychic, conventional or matter karmas. Psychic is bhav karma, conventional is dravya karma, and conventional would be no karma, okay, and matter karma would be dravya karma. So conventional and matter, they are mentioned in the same, conventional or matter karma, that is dravya karma only. And no karma, they have not mentioned here, but those are quasi karma. Okay. So those are no karma. So under no karma, the body is the first, and the other associations that we have in this life are all no karma for us. So all 3 karmas destroyed, who are eternal. For now, they would not assume any new modification of life phases. So they will not come back to the worldly existence. Who have got the 8 great attributes due to the destruction of all 8 psychic and material karmas. Okay. Psychic and material karmas. So, what are the names of these 8 karmas? So, first is Saik Samyaktva. Okay. So Saik Samyaktva means pure right belief. That is, the attribute has been developed by eradicating the Mohniya karma. Okay. So he has eradicated Mohniya karma, so he has manifested pure right belief. Then infinite knowledge, because he has destroyed total Jnana Varana karma. So infinite knowledge, Ananta Jnana. Then infinite perception, Ananta Darshan, because he has completely destroyed Darshana Varana karma. Then infinite energy, that is called Anant Virya. Okay. And he has destroyed the Vediniya karma. That's why he has manifested this Antray karma. Okay. He has completely destroyed Antray karma. That's why he has manifested infinite energy called Anant Virya. Now, Sukshmatva, he has manifested minuteness. Okay, minuteness is Sukshmatva, and this is because he has completely destroyed Nam karma. The next is accommodativeness, Avgahana. Okay. Avgahana is because of 4 Aghati karmas. So Nam has been done. Nam, Gotra. Okay. Gotra, Nam, Gotra. Then we have
There's one
Ayukarm.
Ayukarm.
So Ayukarm has been destroyed. So he has got accommodativeness of Gahanatva. Then constancy of individuality, Aguru Lagutva. So Gotra karma has gone. So he has manifested constancy of individuality. And the last one is Avyabhadatva, undisturbedness. Because undisturbedness would be because he has destroyed, I think, Vedniya karma. Yeah, Vedniya karma has gone. So undisturbedness. So there is no Sata Asata Uday. So 8 qualities manifested and 8 karmas destroyed. Both have a corresponding one-to-one relationship. Okay. So they have permanently settled on the highest region of the universe, Siddhshila, and will not move in any of the 10 directions. Now they will be stationary over there and enjoying completely undisturbed bliss forever. Who have permanently settled in the uppermost part of the world, for it is not in their nature now to move about in any of the 10 direction, and who are now incomplete in themselves, having nothing now to do. They have nothing to do. They have completed the whole journey. These blessed souls are called Siddhas. Okay. And this is the ultimate level of emancipation that every soul must strive to achieve. Okay. So we are right on time. Our 2 hours are complete and our chapter is also complete. Next week we will be doing Tirthankar Bhagwan Mahavir, very good Pratman Yog article, and then Devagam Stotra. And then we will come back to Nimit Upadan. Okay. So these are the 3 chapters left. Although we are taking bit more time, but still we have enough time in this semester. So we don't mind. But I hope that you are all picking up, and if you have any questions, you can ask anytime. Anytime you are doing Swadhyay and you come with any doubts or questions, you are most welcome to ask. This will further clarify your knowledge. So it is better that you ask rather than remaining confused. Okay. Anything else? Any questions for today? We can just take a quick question for a minute or two.
Sir, I had one question.
Mhm.
About Satishay. In 7th Gunistan, there are 2 parts, Satishay and Swasthan.
Right.
So if the Swasthan person cannot ride the Shreni,
Mhm.
then he must be means only Chayopshamik person can attain Swasthan. If he is Opsham or Chayik, then he will go to Satishay.
Yes.
And the second question is, sir, if one attains Swasthan, can
Mhm.
he later on convert it into Satishay, or he
Yes,
will?
yes. It happens that way only. Initially, it is Swasthana Pramat. The moment you touch the 7th, it is Swasthana Pramat. And here is the limitation is that he cannot, if he is going to get into the 8th stage, then only he will go to Satisai Apramat. Okay. Because once you are into Satisai Apramat, you will definitely go to 8th stage. That is for sure. Either you will have a ladder of subsidence or you will have a ladder of annihilation. Either of the ladder you will definitely get into, and then you go further up to 8, 9, 10, either 11 or 12. So if it is 12, you are going to get liberated in the same birth. If it is 11, you can come back and you can still have few more births left over.
So a person with Shayopshamik Samyak Darshan will surely be up to Swasthan.
Right. So 7th stage, Shayopshamik Samyak Darshan is up to 7th stage only. It doesn't go beyond 7th. So when there is a Shreni, it is either Opshamik Shreni or a Sapak Shreni. Now both these Samyak Darshan, Opshamik Samyak Darshan and Shaik Samyak Darshan are called Nirmal Samyak Darshan. And this Sayopshamik Samyak Darshan, it has got 3 blemishes. Chal, Mal, Agad Dosh. Very nice explanation on Chalmal Agad Dosh is there in Tatvarth Mani Pradeep that we will have in the next, not next year, but in the 3rd year. Okay. So 3rd year we will have this Tatvarth Sutra. There we will study about this Chalmal Agad Dosh. What kind of blemishes a Saik Samyak Drishti could have. And it's very difficult to understand those blemishes because we just cannot imagine that a Sayopshamik Samyak Drishti having a right belief, having maintaining the 4th stage, still he can act in this manner. It is unbelievable. If you read the blemishes, it is unbelievable. I will try to share it in Hindi. Okay. It's given very nicely in Tatvat Sutra, Tatvat Mani Pradeep. Otherwise, there is hardly any description available on this because it is all Kevli Gamya. Those blemishes are all known by the omniscient. We are not able to comprehend those blemishes. Still, there is something in writing about that, and that I will definitely share. And that is because of that, the Chal, Mal, Agar, those, the Shayapsamik Samyak Drashti cannot go beyond 7th. Only the Opshamik and Shaik Samyak Drashti can go to the 8th stage.
Sir, thank you.
Okay.
So these acharyas, when they give Muni Diksha, do
Huh.
they really check ki has the person have all these attributes? Can he realize his own self?
No, no. There is only one qualification that Acharya looks at the seeker. How is his appetite?
Mhm.
How much he is interested in getting liberated? How much is interested in understanding the scriptures? Based on these two quality, he initiates that fellow into monkhood, whether he has this attribute or not, because most of the monks are supposed to be in the, many a times they are in the 5th stage. You never know whether he is now in the 7th or 5th, but so that goes on. Even if they come to 1st stage, acharyas are not worried because they know that it's because of the rise of karma. The pure soul has no role in that. It is all because of our past karmas. So they are not worried. Even they come to the 1st stage and then again bounce back and attend omniscience knowledge. It's everything happens in Antarmurat. So they are not worried. Now your voice is very good. What you have done? What changes you have done?
I've just changed the internet connection. My connectivity was a problem, so I've changed
Okay.
it to
Now it
5G.
is absolutely clear.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So we will close for today, and next week we will study about Bhagwan Mahavir, the last Tirthankar.
Sir, I had one question for the previous class. I actually could not attend live, and
Yeah. You can ask now.
attended. Sir, it will be taking a while. I just put the question. It was about Paryaya ki Swatantrata in 6 cases. You told that द्रव्य भी स्वतंत्र, पर्याय भी स्वतंत्र और गुण भी स्वतंत्र और सबके अपने अपने षटकारक हैं.
Right.
For Dravya and Gun, it is very clear to me, but I could not comprehend about the Paryaya. How 6 cases are applicable on Paryaya?
So the six cases are applicable to every modification. Each and every modification is independent, and that modification carries with himself the 6 cases. And because of that 6 cases present in that particular modification, the work of that modification is being done by that 6 cases. It is not dependent on its own substance or attributes. Okay, that modification is itself capable to manifest itself because of the presence of 6 cases in that.
For example, Samyak Darshan is a Paryaya.
Right.
And Samyak Darshan, the Paryaya of Samyak Darshan is dependent on Atmanubhuti or Atma Dravya, Atma. So we can say the 6th case, for example, the Adhikaran case will be Atma for Samyak Darshan. Na? It cannot be Samyak Darshan in itself.
Yeah, but that particular modification of Samyak Darshan is independent, right? It has not manifested because of the substance, because substance was there anyway from time immortal. But this modification of Samyak Darshan did not happen. That means that Trikali Dhruv Bhagwan Atma is not the cause.
Okay.
Okay. So each modification is independent, and this independence has come just because of the presence of 6 cases inbuilt. 6 cases are inbuilt in every modification. Okay. And that 6 cases is responsible for any action that is taking place in that particular modification. So that's why the modification is independent, because it has got its own capacity of 6 cases. And through that 6 cases, the modification itself manifests into those work. I have shared a chart. You have seen that chart?
Yes, sir. Yes,
It
sir.
was
I
in
saw
Hindi.
Yes.
And
Yes,
I told somebody to translate in English, but nobody could do it. So if you can do it, you can again share it in English.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anything else?
Okay.
Okay. निज निधि
Thank you, sir.
निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए जिनवाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है। उसके लिए जिनवाणी माँ को वंदना 7